Thank you. It's awesome being here at Waterloo University. As I was driving over, the driver said, you know, you're headed to the epicenter of excellence in entrepreneurship, science, and tech. So I was like, wow, this is fantastic. And being here at the Innovation Summit is perfect for the theme that is very close to my heart that I'm going to talk about today, which is women. What kind of women am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about women that are the game changers. These are the innovators, these are the catalysts, these are the women designing the future. So I think it's perfect for this chat today. I am a member of Singularity University, which is an incredible forum in Silicon Valley, and we ask our class every year to design solutions that would impact 1 billion people. So it's a pretty big threshold, but after 5 years of helping to launch this company, there was a global grand challenge that kept repeating itself. Which is where are the women? So that's part of my next venture, a new venture called Women at the Frontier. So I'd like to start all of us off with just a vision of who the role models are today. When you think of the individuals that inspire you in innovation and science and tech, the groundbreakers, the trailblazers, all of the individuals that have had an impact in your life or whose companies are having an impact in your life today, who do you think of? Who comes to mind? Who are these icons of today? Do they look like this? Do you see a trend here? These are great individuals, of course. Nothing against them. I love their products. I use their products. We've had several amazing guys line up the panel this morning. I can't wait to get my hands on Pebble. So I'm very excited for Eric and what he's doing. But again, incredible individuals that have inspired us, a history of innovators, Einstein, Edison, Louis Pasteur. And they are building and have built billion-dollar empires that are touching the world over, that in seconds you can connect around the world. These are the giants of today, and why is this important? Because resources, revenue, celebrity status, ability to get more resources, ability to influence culture, behavior, define what does it mean to have success, define the structure of organizations, of incubators, matters. New companies coming up, Uber, Tesla, Twitter, say it again, Pebble, great initiatives that are coming on board. These are the ones we are thinking of today, myself included, as the role models. But of course, women do exist in the world. Out of 7 billion people, women are 50% of that total population. And women also work 2/3 of all working hours. And ladies, we are incredible for this economy. We take lead and major control of over 90% of all purchasing, home purchases, over 60% of computer purchases. We are truly a revolution bigger than India and China combined. But we are also 70% of the world's poor. And collectively, we only own 1% of total global property. Today in the panel, again, great commentary and great insight about what it takes to start companies, what it takes to be successful. And we heard about networks, mentorship, access, money. And if we look at where women stack up today in the world, 4% of VC funds are going to female-led initiatives. That means 96% of all the other money is going to male-led initiatives. Again, great companies that these guys, our guys, are creating. But there's a huge disparity. Globally, only 9% of all CEOs are women. These are the individuals at the tables, at the board, making the decisions, structuring the deals, talking about solutions for the biggest problems today, the UN, the G8, the G20. So where are the women? If we are half of all of the population, if we are half of Canada, why are we not half the conversation? So this is the topic that I'd like to address today. And why does it matter? It matters because there's 50% of us that are looking for an image of role models that represents me, that represents you, that represents the other half of the world. And we're not looking to displace our awesome guys and the incredible companies that they're creating, but it is to balance this ratio, to be part of the conversation of behavioral changes, cultural changes, and heading into the frontier together. And we have big problems. We are still trying to solve poverty, hunger, global pandemics, big issues. And so we need that balance of wisdom from our sisters, from our mothers, from our wives, from our grandmothers that bring a different kind of experience, different kind of solutions to design the platforms that can take all of us into the future. And where are we headed into the frontier? We were talking about wearable technology, which is awesome. And the future of wearable technology, aside from obviously handling all your tweets and your calls and awesome messages and staying connected, is really to identify what you need nutritionally every day, every hour to optimize your daily and maximize your daily living. It's also about giving you wearable clothing that will tell you what you need if you're going to go out in the snow, even though yesterday it was nice and sunny. It's about not just sequencing the DNA, but now the frontier is about writing your own DNA. And what does that mean? It's about 3D printing organs. My father needed a liver transplant, and it was terrible. We had to wait for somebody else to die for my father to receive an organ to save his life. And he didn't receive it in time. But now we are printing organs on demand. We're printing spoons. We are printing homes. We are sending 3D printers to the moon and the space station to help our astronauts just print what they need on demand. You know, we're talking about space exploration, and there are organizations now, multi-million-dollar organizations that are going to mine asteroids. You know, on and on, we're talking about drones. We're talking about cybersecurity. What does identity mean to you in this age, in the Internet of Things? And where are the women part of these conversations? So I'd like to introduce you, maybe not introduce most of you since there are engineers in the room who should be familiar with a lot of these historical women, but Ada Lovelace, consider the first computer programmer ever, before Sergey, before Larry, before Bill, before Steve and Steve. You know, this is the shoulder of who these giants now are standing. You know, Marie Curie, Nobel Prize winner. Grace Hopper, who created the term debugging and is a pioneer in computer programming. We also have millennials like Hannah Chung, 22 years old, who's created a robot teddy bear, Jerry the Bear, that has a screen. And when you touch on it, it helps children with diabetes monitor their daily levels. And when Jerry needs his insulin shot, so does the child. We're talking about Sarah Blakely, the youngest self-made billionaire from Atlanta, Georgia, in her 30s. Mae Jemison, the first woman of color to go to space. She's now a principal at a new company called 100-Year Starship, which is about going beyond the solar system. Amy Purdy, 3-time gold medal Paralympic snowboarder, lost both her legs, and is now working with innovators like Ping Fu in 3D printing and Scott Summit to do 3D printed personalized prosthetic limbs. And there are others. I invite you to take a look at some of these companies, like Starlab from Ana Maikes from Spain, looking at brain-computer interface and neural sensors. Alejandra Mustakis from Chile created the first Maker Faire makerspace in that region. Some of my own personal favorites from Singularity University, Matternet, who's looking at drone technology, unmanned vehicles to revolutionize transportation, as well as Modern Meadows, which is tissue engineering. But all over the world, we're finding new and interesting companies that are female-led, with also male co-founders like our fabulous U-Noodle. So as Carol said, I grew up in Honduras, Central America. My parents were in the Peace Corps. And growing up in Latin America, I was always looking for women that represented me, that were part of changing the way people live, that were innovating, that were doing amazing things in the world. And I couldn't find this roster or platform of where these women lived. Then I went to Silicon Valley, and I've had the opportunity to be with amazing individuals, Ray Kurzweil, Peter Diamandis, Larry Brilliant, Dean Kamen, on, amazing individuals. And kept asking myself, but where are the women in innovation, in science and tech that we all collectively admire, are inspired by, want to be like, want to work for their companies, or want to co-create new companies with them? So I didn't find it, so we've decided to build it. And this is the new venture, Women at the Frontier. It's a nonprofit. And the idea is to map the female game changers of today around the world. And I'm already going to be inviting Jim and Pearl and Carol and Waterloo University for us to work together to map and create a female game changer index of Canada to join the rest of the network that we've already started building. And it's both for the benefit of guys and girls to be able to identify the innovators of today that are also women, that are also contributing. So we are looking to find them, we are scouting them. We're going to fuel a new ecosystem of entrepreneurship and innovation that adds women's voices. And then we are going to work and partner with others to fund the next frontier, the next generation. Again, it's really about creating a new visual representation of what the role models look like, what they mean, how are they structuring their companies, to have new opportunities for all of us. So that is the project that we've launched. These are a couple of people that we've played with. We've been very lucky to have great companies that have joined us. And a little bit about our sort of lean startup. Again, because I'm one of the founding members of Singularity, I just took advantage of that slot in 2010 and decided to hold Women at the Frontier from one week to the other, invited 400 people to join us at NASA, and to start the conversation about where are the women and what do we need to do to open the ecosystem of paradigm shifters that represent the other half of us. Then we did a series of rapid prototypings because we got invited to different countries around the world to host these gatherings and feature and identify the female game changers and innovators in those regions. So we went to a couple of different places around the world. And our focus now is to go into other regions that we haven't been to. And we've been lucky to have an incredible team. You see Ray Kurzweil. Not only is it personal to him that he's very interested in mentoring the next generation of innovators, girls and women to be part of science, tech, and innovation. But it is personal to him because he comes from a long line of amazing, dynamic, pioneer women, his mom and his grandmother in particular. And he has seen the ripple effect of what these combined voices create in terms of what we can all do. So we are looking this year to do a 4x4. And we're headed to these different regions around the world, again, to identify, feature, and highlight the disruptors that represent the other half under the sky. So I wanted to keep it short because I know time is of the essence, but thank you guys so much, and I hope you will all join us at the frontier of innovation that includes women as well as men. Gracias.